Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, this is WBZ News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Katie Brace, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
And I'm Ken MacLeod. Thanks for joining us here on CBSBoston.com. The storm threat seems to be diminishing for our 4th March nor'easter. Meteorologist Jacob Wycoff is here now with your all-important forecast.
Ken and Katie, you're exactly right. That's something that we've been tracking very closely as we went into the middle of the week. But with a little bit of change in the models, we're actually seeing that diminish quite a bit. It was a chilly day today for St. Patrick's Day. Temperatures only getting into the upper 30s to low 40s, 41 for an afternoon high in Boston. And we've had a stretch of chilly weather. That's going to continue as we head into next week, too. Not really seeing any warmth on the horizon with our extended forecast. So the pattern for March has been one that was favorable for storms to bring us some snow. But as we go into the middle of the week, we're watching high pressure that's going to effectively push our storm track to the south. And that means less and less of an impact for us. So that next storm, it's looking like a near miss for us. There is going to be 3 different storms that we're going to be tracking over the coming week. 1, 2, and 3 right behind it. It's looking like all 3 of these will stay just to the south of us, if anything, bringing us some wind and some clouds, but overall less and less of an impact as we get closer to that time frame. We did have a front that moved through, keeping us chilly into the overnight. There it is right there. Behind this front, some cold Canadian air. We are going to stay clear and sunny over the next few days with high pressure building in. Temperatures getting into the low teens, single digits as you go into some of the suburbs. Clear and cold night ahead. Tomorrow, a lot of sunshine. Unfortunately, temperatures aren't going to respond to that sunshine, only getting into the middle 30s, 20s as you go into Worcester. So here's your WBZ 7-day forecast. Mid-30s for the next 4 days. Spring arriving without the fanfare of the spring-like temperatures. Wednesday, Thursday, that's when we would expect any impacts from the storm, but notice no flurries to speak of, guys. We're going to continue to track this as we get a little bit closer, but as of right now, no flurries in the forecast. Back to you.
We just want to hold with that forecast that you have right now.
I'm going to do my best.
We'll take it. All right, Jacob, thanks. South Boston is getting ready for its famous, almost always controversial St. Patrick's Day parade. Despite
a shorter route due to those snowbanks, everyone seems to be getting into the spirit. WBC's Paul Burton spent the day in Selfie.
St. Patrick's Day celebrations got underway early on Saturday in South Boston. The Irish were out in full force, decked in green, even 4-legged creatures.
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
I'm an Irishman. This is a Foley, this is a Murphy, this is a Donahue. We got Irish everywhere, baby.
Everyone getting ready for Sunday's St. Patrick's Day parade, which is big for businesses like Mike Gautreaux of College Hype. He says he's been part of the parade for 8 years.
We hype it up every year. You know, we bring great T-shirts to the community, and everyone has a good time, and everyone wants to wear their green.
On Saturday, final preparations and parking restrictions were put in place. The parade kicks off at 1 p.m. at the Broadway and BTA station. Boston Mayor Marty Walsh modified the route in Southie, making it shorter for safety reasons after Boston was hit with a blizzard. Even now, many sidewalks have significant snow.
Unfortunately, because of the cold weather, I mean, you just can't. I mean, we just couldn't get it clear enough. It would just cost too much money for the city. And
organizers not happy with the shorter route say it's time to move on and looking forward to a great day.
We'll have to use this area to kind of get the kids on the buses, dismantle all the floats, and we're working on shuttling a lot of the marches that don't have a vehicle.
Typically, the St. Patrick's Day parade is about 3 miles long. Now, 1.5 miles has been shaved off. So floats will come down here on East Broadway and end right here on Farragut Road.
Doesn't matter, we'll all be here. We will all be here.
We will make it happen.
There's been a lot of snow. It's been crazy. So as long as we go out there, have some fun while we can, I'm happy.
Happy St. Patrick's Day! Woo!
In South Boston, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.
Recovery crews in Miami have been working around the clock. Police say at least 6 people were killed when a pedestrian bridge collapsed at Florida International University. 3 bodies were pulled from the rubble just this morning. Authorities expect to find more as the recovery continues. Kim Hutcherson has details on the progress and the investigation.
Finally, our crews that were assisting us in this process were successful after hours and hours of incredible work that they've been doing. Were successful in removing 2 vehicles from under that rubbish.
3 victims were found in the 2 vehicles pulled from the rubble early Saturday. Multiple cars were crushed when the 950-ton pedestrian walkway crumbled to the busy road below. Crews hope to finish search and recovery efforts this weekend.
We anticipated we would have 3 with those 2 vehicles, but we're open-minded to the fact that we may find more victims than we initially projected.
The bridge was still under construction when it collapsed. An engineer with a construction company left a voicemail with the Florida Department of Transportation warning of cracks, but said there were no safety concerns.
So we've taken a look at it, and obviously some repairs or whatever will have to be done, but from a safety perspective, we don't see that there's any issue there.
That voicemail wasn't heard until after the deadly collapse. Now the NTSB is trying to figure out what went wrong.
I know the crews were out there inspecting it, and they were applying tension to strengthen a member. I don't know if that was related to the cracks that they discovered. That's still too early in the investigation for us to determine.
I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
The U.S. Attorney General has fired the deputy director of the FBI, and amid the fallout, some Massachusetts lawmakers are tweeting out their concerns. Mola Lenghi reports now from the White House.
U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions fired the #2 man in the FBI Friday night, Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. McCabe had been a frequent target of President Trump for his roles in the Hillary Clinton and Russia investigations. The firing came 2 days before McCabe's 50th birthday and scheduled retirement date, putting his full pension in jeopardy. McCabe said in a statement he's being singled out and told CBS News his firing is the culmination of a year-long attack on his credibility and service to the country. His termination comes as the White House works to quiet rumors about a shakeup. Chief of Staff General John Kelly met with reporters Friday morning to try and dispel the notion he's resigning. And the White House shot down stories the president will soon replace National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster.
The president said that it was not accurate and he had no intention of changing, that they had a great working relationship, and he looked forward to continue working with him.
Despite reassurances, both administration and congressional sources tell CBS News McMaster is at risk of losing his job.
McMaster, a 3-star general, and President Trump never really gelled. Former UN Ambassador John Bolton is a leading candidate to take the position if the president makes a change. McMaster did meet with President Trump at the White House Friday. This White House has already seen big changes with more than 20 senior staffers who have been fired, resigned, or reassigned. Mola Lenghi, CBS News, the White House.
Well, thanks for watching this special webcast here on CBSBoston.com.
We'll have all the latest news for you tonight at 11 over on WBZ Channel 4. Until then, you have a great evening.